DJ. That's the beat. We appreciate Big Crit. It's gonna be a classic Texas Ohio State helmet game. Legendary franchises playing. The winner will play Notre Dame in the national championship. Today, breaking news after the daytime stream. If you haven't seen the YouTube video, hit the like, hit the share, follow, comment, subscribe. Pin link down below. Today we went over all 32 teams with a quarterback situation looking like. If anybody be wanting to hop in, all y'all gotta do is hop in the Discord. But do me a favor, when y'all do hop in, stay on topic. Unless I'm just playing the game and we just BSing. We talk about whatever. But when we on the shop talk, y'all gotta stay on target. Cause I don't be wanting the conversation to go 10 different places because people ain't watching the stream. I ain't paying attention. But I appreciate y'all being here. RL, what's popping? All right. He said who won out now. All right, DeShaun Watson ruptures his Achilles again. He is more than likely done for the upcoming season after the restructure, which makes the price of the number one pick go up, and it ensures, just like most people thought, that the Browns will be drafting a QB. So furthering the theme from earlier,
let me teach you how
Titans,
to vibe.
Browns is doubled down. You got the Giants, Jets, and Raiders all in the top 10 that need QBs. And the Browns need a little bit more now because you probably let Jameis Winston go. DTR, maybe you move him to the practice squad. But I'm pretty sure that they might be done with that with Zap playing the other day. They may just clear their whole roster now. If they may have to do what the Patriots did last year, draft 2 QBs, or if they're trying to bring in a bridge. Either way, the price of the number one overall pick went up in a draft where people said that the overall talent of QB ain't that high. I'm a firm believer the talent in this year's draft is going to be better than next year's because the people that's going back, there's no guarantee if people hitting the portal that they actually get better. They kind of are what they are. You know what I'm saying? You kind of can see them at they peak. Me personally, I think Shador, Cam Ward, Jalen Milroe, if you can use him as a project, he's not. I don't think Milroe is a guy you draft and he plays next year. I think he's a guy you draft and you sit and you let him learn and you grow and let him grow, kind of like Jalen Hurts did with the Eagles. So, you know, when you're looking at, there's not that many in the next 2 draft, many plug and play guys. Guys kind of are what they are. So at this point, I think the premium for a QB is kind of high. You got teams that are in contract disputes. The Vikings are going to be in one as soon as the season ends for them. 49ers are already in the dispute. They try to get Brock Purdy under contract, but unfortunately for DeShaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns, he is out. So they're letting him run with that story instead of cutting him straight off the team. He may or may not, but I know he won't be playing QB. Regardless of whatever the narrative is, he will not be playing QB for the Cleveland Browns. Sheed is no longer an Oregon fan. He is now a Texas fan. He gave up on the Ducks. He realized they haven't got a championship in the last 130 years. So now is a good a time of ever. He's going to jinx the Texas Longhorns. They're for sure going to lose in the fourth quarter if Sheed has jumped on the wagon. But you may be right 2 times. Either way, he won't be playing QB for the Browns. So I'm gonna put them phone lines open, man. Anybody want to hop in? Y'all got anything to add to the price of the number one overall pick going up? And I watch my boys Titan Coliseum podcast. Make sure y'all check them out. They go live on multiple platforms as well. I've been on they show. I like to go back on.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Or have them on mine. But I know for one thing, Morocco and Firestone are in this one boat of trading back and loading picks. And me and RJ is like pedal to the metal the more and more we think about it, QB. And with DeShaun Watson being out and the Browns for sure going to draft a QB, I'm saying QB. And I'm watching the CFP of the guys that is coming out next year, and I'm saying QB. Like, at this point, I'm just about saying, like, for one of these loser franchises like I belong to, just take Shador. Sell tickets. He'll be better than what you got, and he got a chance to become a superstar because of his pedigree and the way I like his mind. I like the way he thinks. I follow his YouTube. Wow, 2 times. He said the Browns are the Browns. Yes, they are. 2 firsts, 2 seconds. Who said you gonna be able to get that though? Now let me explain why I said that 3 or 4 weeks ago, and everybody was saying no. Now it happened like I said it would, and then the price of it is changing. Let me tell you why the price of it is changing.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
There was a chance that Drew Aller could have balled out and came out in the draft.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
And added himself to the mix. There was a chance that Carson Beck could have added himself to the mix.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
It shortens up the draft class because Carson Beck goes into the portal, goes to Miami. Aller loses, throws a horrible interception. He goes back. You take 2 QBs off the board. Now the price of Ewers and Milroe just went up. Will Howard up. Riley Leonard up. So you're really saying that like these first 2 QBs coming off the board are very important. Reason why you can't get all that is if you trade with the Browns, who are probably in, I would say like the Browns are in a more dire need now without DeShaun Watson than some of the other teams. They're going to take one of these guys unless they get a bridge they like. They're going to take one of these 2 guys. So the fact that the Browns are sitting there, you don't know who they're going to pick. If you was to pick Shador and they really wanted Ward, they don't move. If they're comfortable that if we pick Ward or we trade out and somebody takes Ward, that they feel good about Shador too, then they have no reason to trade. Like the Browns are actually in a pretty good position that they're in the position the Commanders was in last year. If the Bears would have taken Jaden Daniels, they would have took Caleb Williams. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just in the situation where, like, hey, look, we're going to get something way better than what we've been having, something that's more talented, and we just got to coach it up. Like, legitimately, that's the position the Browns are in. They really don't have a real reason to trade unless they were all in on Ward and all out on Shador, or all in on Shador and all out on Ward, which I don't think that. So, I mean, like, the only way that the Titans could get all that for the first is you trading back with the Giants, Jets, or Raiders. And I'm not a fan of trading back that far because I think you getting the worst you could go back is to the Giants. If you go back to the Jets or the Raiders, you taking yourself out of elite personnel. You're not being able to draft Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. Like, they off the board. Maybe even T-Mac. Like, there's a chance you don't get any elite player at 6 or 7. So, you know, if it's me, if it's me and my thought process, I think the Titans can only trade back to the Browns. If they traded back to the Browns, I think the best they could do is get something next year and get their third round draft pick back. And I'm gonna just throw something out there because, you know, this is something that we did last year. We traded up to the first pick in the 2nd round to get Will Levis. It could be a situation where if the Titans take Shador, they could trade the first pick in the 2nd round. They're gonna have 2 fourths and 2 fifths. There's a good chance if they get the QB they want, they could trade back and still get value. And if that value is to get the 3rd back, and then if the Chiefs, the Titans will become a Chiefs fan, Chiefs get to the Super Bowl, the 5th round pick turns into a 4th, you got 3/4. You trade back. You trade back from your 2nd to get a 3rd and pick it later in the 2nd. Realistically, and that's from one of those teams that didn't get Ward or Shedeur that want to get Milroe or Ewers that want to trade back up. Realistically, is that not a better option? Taking Shedeur first, trading your 2nd back to get a 3rd, getting 2/4 and 2/5 or potentially 3/4, than trading with the Giants, Raiders, or Jets and potentially missing out on an elite talent. That's what I'm saying. Like, but 2 times I'm answering his question. His question is, should they trade for that? I think the value has changed because the team that's in the most need of value behind us is the Browns. And the Browns are sitting there like, it don't matter what y'all do. We're going to get Ward or Shedeur. Let's just look at tape and see which one we got. If the Browns cut Watson, take the cap, and go after one of these free agents, Fields, Russ, Sam, or somebody thinking of, I don't think that's, like I said earlier when we did the 32 team, I'm just not sure that if Vikings win, Sam Darnold is not leaving Minnesota. I don't see anybody giving the deal to Purdy that he wants. Not even the Niners. You see what I'm saying? If Russ beat the Ravens, he ain't going nowhere. If Russ lose, depending on how the game is played, they may go in the offseason and say, we're going to run it back with a better receiver and draft a guy and let Justin Fields walk. If you the Browns and you just went through DeShaun Watson, Jameis Winston, and DTR, are you really gonna spend $20 million on Justin Fields? Because even if you get Justin Fields and you the Browns, you still have to draft a QB. See, that's the position they in now. They still got to draft somebody.
Let me teach you how to
See, this is the
vibe.
thing about the JJ. If Darnold wins and they keep Daniel Jones as the backup and trade
Teach you how to
JJ,
vibe.
you still have to draft a QB if you're the Browns. See what I'm saying? How everything has changed? And now the Vikings will hold a different leverage. They may want a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this stuff changes depending upon Saturday and Sunday. Because I think you're looking at the Steelers-Ravens game as free agent implications, and you're looking at the Rams-Vikings as free agent implications. And everybody's got their eye secretly sitting on 49ers to see what they're going to do with Brock Purdy. But I don't think nobody going to give Brock Purdy money. Derek Carr don't want to take a pay cut, so that complicates that situation. And then if you move Kirk Cousins, you're going to be spending $27.5 on him next year. It's a lot of contingencies, and this Deshaun Watson going down makes it even more spicy. It may drive the bridge price up because there's somebody that'd take a bridge and draft Jalen Milroe. Somebody would take a bridge and draft Quinn Ewers. It said Jeff might as well. Yo, Jeff,
Let me teach you how to
I'm
vibe.
over here just talking. Jeff with the 50 gifted. Oh my God. Bro, I'm over here reading the chat and like they didn't even pop on my screen at first. I will let's rock even if he wins the Super Bowl. Sean, that's cap. He said, "Wow, them teams trading except the Titans." No, I'm saying like the value of the pick could change depending on the team. Like it's got to be the Giants, Raiders, or Jets to get something good out of the trade. But then again, like if you trade down to the Browns and you get your 3rd back, that's in something next year. That's enough. He said Russ solid, but last couple games Broncos Russ. No, I don't think so. I think they played the Chiefs on Christmas Day, and the Chiefs wrapped up the AFC with that game. I really think like if you go back to the Bengals game Russ hit Fryermuth in the head with the ball. That was the game winner. Russ hit Fryermuth in the head with the ball. We watched it on stream. It literally hit him in the head. That was the game. If he catches that ball, they kick a field goal, the game's over. Fields say he want to come back, but that don't mean, even if they sign Fields, they're going to draft a QB. It didn't notify, bro. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, it didn't make no kind of noise. It ain't ding, ding. I ain't hear no dinging. Smoking the good stuff? No, I don't smoke. If the Raiders trade up or the Jets, they might give up 3 firsts. Like, they got to give up the boatload. Do you? I want to play a little. I want to play a little riddle. Do y'all know any of the first round picks that was traded and what those picks turned into? Let me see if anybody. I'm gonna give y'all like 10 seconds because y'all pull the Google out quick. Y'all ask Siri. TJ say you was at that game. Andrew was good. Michael B. Suave, Charles D. Nick.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Thorpe Jr. tighten up. DeShaun, Wayne, Nick, Jay Frank. Do anybody know who those picks is? He said he disputed. No, bro, I promise I ain't see that. It didn't make. Usually it make the little noise like ding 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 ding, like it's like a star sound that go off in my ear. It didn't go off. Mad Titan Imani. Maybe it was too many, Jeff. Maybe it was so many that you broke. Yo, if you in the chat right now, you need to check your notifications.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Hey, so do anybody know? All right, Michael Vick was one of those picks. Earl Campbell was one of those picks. Orlando Pace was one of those picks. People that traded their first, like, I can't look in history. The only time it worked for the Titans, they traded with the Rams, and we got Derrick Henry, and then they selected, I think it was Jared Goff. But Jared Goff took them to a Super Bowl, and Jared Goff is on the #1 team in the NFL right now playing QB. So there's something to say that if you're talking about Jared Goff, Orlando Pace, Earl Campbell, Michael Vick, I don't think you could go like the team that trades for that one rarely loses with the player they pick. He said, yeah, all of Mike Tomlin's trade ups don't play. I mean, that's why we should trade his to the Bears. Eli was a trade from. No, I'm talking about like Eli Manning was Mad Titan. Eli Manning was. So I'm saying like if the QBs that people didn't traded that one for been Jared Goff, Michael Vick, Eli Manning, like bro, we traded that #1 pick and Shedeur Sanders wound up taking somebody to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna be sick to my stomach. Mad Titan J, Impulse, Comedy 2 times, Big Jeff. Discord open. Anybody want to add to the conversation? Cleveland Brown fans got to be sitting there thinking like, when it rains, it pours. I think right now, like the Titans and the Titans and the Browns are like fighting to see who's like the worst franchise. Like, how many more mistakes can we make? Like, let's see, like what else we got up our sleeve that we could go in and just completely crash out on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. He said if the Steelers trade up to 1, the Steelers are not trading up to 1. Like, my man's just said if Russ took them to the Super Bowl that they'd still let him walk. He's smoking. You smoking, bro. Ain't no quarterback take. Yeah, Nick Foles can go start preaching after he won the Super Bowl, but like if Russell Wilson win the Steelers a Super Bowl, y'all all gonna have Russ jerseys on. Y'all gonna be on making diss records versus Future, all kind of stuff. Yeah, Browns like hold my beer. Like let's make sure DeShaun Watson is hurt and don't play next season. 19 degrees at the Bengals Steelers game, but that ain't the reason why Fryermuth dropped that pass though.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
But they really never had Watson. He been out more than he played. He really had been. Which furthers the lane of like The Falcons dodged the bullet. The teams that was about to spend on him dodged the bullet because, like, the time off really hurt him as a player.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
The turf monster got Will Howard. Oh yeah, Steelers win the Super Bowl. The Swerve Bend the Corner Whoa Whoa song going to be the Steelers. I mean, Jeff, am I wrong? They'll for sure make a diss record on Future. He said Browns manager is shameless. Tyler Sage, Tyler J, 2 times. Big Jeff, appreciate y'all smashing those reactions, man. Make sure y'all following the YouTube and all the other social media platforms. Because, I mean, it said, yeah, now, you know I'm a diehard Steelers fan, born and raised. Even if Rush wins the Super Bowl, I still let his walk. He going to be 37 next year. Fields is the future. No, I mean, like, if he wins you a Super Bowl, you sign the contract to keep him as at least your bridge the rest of his career. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he wins the Super Bowl and y'all spent $1 million on him this year, I'd sign him for a 3-year deal for $100 million. And you could keep Fields if you want. You could afford to then. I'm not saying you finna give him $50 million. I'm saying you sign him on to keep him as a Steeler the rest of his career. Because, like, I mean, what's the worst if, like, Russ is your backup at the point that you draft a QB and you develop him? Yeah, he just put it Daniel Jones. You good, bro? You was heated last night playing the game. What happened, Donnell? Oh, yeah. Man, I don't be worried about. See, I like the shop talk. Madden just get on my nerves, bro. Like, Madden be full of it. I don't like to talk about it, and then I really love to do shop talk. Every 12 years, the Ravens win the Super Bowl. He got energy. But this what I'm saying though. Like, if you pay Russ 3 years, $100 million, and guaranteed it all because he got y'all a Super Bowl, you wouldn't be wrong. I'd say the hell with Fields. I'd draft Milroe. The upside of Milroe is higher than Justin Fields because he might turn into a freak athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like, Russ could teach him enough. Mike Tomlin could teach him enough that he could just turn into a freak athlete. Because, like, I would say Milroe's athletic skills would beat Justin Fields. $38 million from the Broncos. I'm saying if he won a Super Bowl, Mad Titan. Mike Evans to fight Lattimore this weekend, depending on how the game go. Nah. Justin Fields don't have Lamar Jackson in him. Milroe have Lamar Jackson in him. Justin Fields don't. Justin Fields ain't that athletic. He can run, and he's a physical specimen, but he's not. He don't have that twitch. Milroe and Lamar got that twitch. Milroe and Lamar got that twitch. When they put a foot in the dirt, they gone. Like, Justin Fields could get caught if he took off running. If Jalen Milroe would outrun your cornerbacks. That's what I'm saying. Like, because the thing about Justin Fields is Justin Fields might cost you $10 to $20 million if he stayed. You could get Milroe in the second or third round and pay him $1 million. You see what I'm saying? Like, you save money in that way and you don't lose your team on the Super Bowl window. You can still continue to add. He's saying them what QBs getting compared to Lamar. Because, I mean, like, Milroe more fit that Lamar. Everybody thought he couldn't pass until they realized he torched your ass for a whole season. You feel me, TJ? He said Justin Fields or Troy Smith. I ain't gonna Troy Smith him, but I mean, when you think about guys that had that extra gear, like Vic, Lamar, maybe RG3 in his prime before he got hurt. Guys that could really put that foot in the dirt. But Milroe is like more physical and twitchy. Like Lamar and Milroe is like sneakily will run you over but outrun you. Like they lateral just stop and go. It sometimes it surprised you at how they like a deer, man. When they jump to take off, they gone. He said Rich gave to the NIL to get Carson back. They getting beaten. A bear has scarred him for whole life. Exactly, Donnell. Bears and Titans, Jets, some places just scar you, man. You got to be reset. Your battery got to be taken out and put back in. Burn your Cowboys jerseys since y'all signing Mike. I told y'all about to re-sign Mike. Y'all thought y'all was gonna get to move on. Boy, that mean no free agency for y'all. No draft. Y'all finna run it back with them same players. Fields is like dap, they tiptoe. Yeah, like when Lamar and Milroe decide they gonna run, bro, they gone. I mean, Nick, a $60 million quarterback, and this man was able to keep his, oh my God, that stiff arm was crazy.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
That stiff arm was crazy. I can't believe they called a flag right there in the CFP game. Marbando, what up? Steelers have no QB or running back signed after this year. We need a wide receiver, D-line, and cornerback. So you saying need to sign Fields to a team-friendly deal? He's not signing a team-friendly deal. They declined the fifth-year option, right? His agent gonna tell you that Justin Fields can get 15 to $20 million. No less than 10. He's not signing no team-friendly deal for y'all. And the running back's not even an issue because it's not like y'all have like Najee Harris ain't like nobody that's finna go get no crazy amount of money. That boy Golden is a dog. He need to be a Titan. Like the positions y'all need ain't like no dying need position. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all could spend y'all first round pick on a wide receiver or a cornerback or a D lineman. No, I wouldn't even spend D line. I go wide receiver, cornerback first round. Second round, I get Milroe. Third round, I go D line. Fourth round, fifth round, running back. You ain't got no max players to sign though. That's the thing. Titans getting Viking QB. You talking about JJ McCarthy? I done several pieces of content on that. That really just depends on. It depends on the game this weekend. Vikings beat the Rams. Sam Darnold is staying. I see them giving him a 3-year deal, similar to Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith. Then they got to choose: do they want to keep JJ or let Daniel Jones go? If they decide to get rid of JJ, he's had 2 knee surgeries since he's been drafted. He hasn't taken an NFL snap. I wouldn't give no more than a 4th round for him. Some people think that you can get a first. If you think you can get a first for JJ McCarthy, please hop in the Discord now and explain. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no leverage to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if the Titans was to trade, that means your first and second pick is Cam Ward, Shador. I just don't envision a situation where I'm giving a first round pick back for JJ. I just don't see it. Not the Hawk too. Marbando, we good. He said he boycotting. He said never seen you before, but it's, man, like in the movie Draft Day, I'm gonna have Mike head on it. No, you ain't. Nah, we love the playoffs. Don't rush this. D line 4 for it's a lot of defensive backs. It's a lot of defensive backs and edge rushers in the draft in the late rounds. That's a great question, Cowboy Slow. All the Steelers wide receivers be divas. Must be nice to have the receivers that can catch down, Keith. It's too soon, huh? Draft night gonna be lit. Let Gino go. What you ain't got nothing groomed behind him. See, Geno Smith is a solid QB. You have to groom something behind him. Y'all haven't been able to groom nothing behind him yet. You gotta groom your QB before you can let one walk. Man, the Texas can't get in the end zone from the one. Sean. I draft Jalen Milroe late second or third to sit, but he ain't gonna be there late second or third. Like, if you look at the QB situation, Jalen Milroe, Quinn Ewers is going top of the second at latest. The one of them might, if Jalen Milroe go crazy in the pro day, Jalen Milroe might pop up. Yo, Texas is trash, bro. They can't even they're getting stopped on the goal line. Like, I don't know what all these like outside runs they doing. That is not gonna work on Ohio State. You gonna get you. It's people that was trying to make me believe they could get a first out of him, Donnell. I said, please hop in the Discord and explain. Had a good year, but dude had Kirk Cousins, Session in the end zone. Yeah. But I mean, let's be honest. Mason Rudolph is not good, and Kenny Pickett is we've yet to see what Kenny Pickett can do. Mason Rudolph is not a good quarterback. I mean, like Mason Rudolph does not have like his physical skills ain't there. Like he doesn't have a big arm. He can't move. And Kenny Pickett, you know what I'm saying, like was in one of the worst QB draft classes in the last decade. We've yet to see yet. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the people in the front office picking the wrong QBs. If he have a crazy pro day, Donnell, he could creep into the back of the first. Wow. Did he just strip him for a touchdown? Did Quinn Ewers just get stripped for a touchdown? They got stopped like 10 times from the 1 yard line. Sarkisian getting cute. They was down on the one. They should have just ran the ball up the middle 4 straight times. But that's on scouting and GM though, Sean. That ain't on that ain't on Tomlin. Mac Jones is just trash. Don't do Mac Jones like that. Wow. GG's. Your right tackle just whiffed on the block. Right tackle just whiffed on the block.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
He said Baby Hands was never gonna pan out. Yeah, I'm Kenny Pickett wasn't gonna be it. But Sean, like, this what you got to see as a fan. Mike Vrabel, Brian Callahan, the coaches of the team don't ultimately pick the draft picks. There is a scout team, there's an assistant GM, there's a GM, there's player personnel. Those are the people that set the draft board. The coach has some input, but he really don't have ultimate say so on who they selecting. Brian Callahan will have nothing to do with who they pick at QB. As much as he want to tell them who he want, he don't really have a say so. Just like Mike Tomlin, he might say, "Hey, I kind of like this dude," but the organization is gonna pick. Cam was always first. Yeah, Ohio State defense, red zone, stoning him right there. That was it. Bro, you got a QB sneak it at least one time. Chronic, they ran the QB sneak with Arch Manning all year and got down there and didn't run it. Said Mike Tomlin has more say so than any coach in the NFL. That's cap. He got more pull than Andy Reid, than Kyle Shanahan, LaFleur. He got more pull than every coach in the NFL. You might feel like John Harbaugh, like, come on, man, like we not gonna act like Mike Tomlin just got like he run the organization. Sean, you saying Mike Tomlin got more pull on personnel than Andy Reid? Belichick might have had more pull than anybody in the league. Andy Reid, I know for sure does.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Bro, we finna go from being on some fanatic stuff, or it's like realistically,
Let me
just
teach
hear
you
how
how to
that sounds
vibe.
saying Mike Tomlin got more control of personnel than Bill Belichick and Andy Reid. Man, listen, Sean, we could listen to Jesus radio station. There's nobody you gonna make none of us believe that Mike Tomlin has more control of personnel than Bill Belichick and Andy Reid. We can tune in literally to Jesus Saves Radio Network right now, and nobody's gonna believe that. Nobody's gonna buy that. So you telling me last season, Mike Tomlin personnel that he wanted was Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, and Mason Rudolph at quarterback. Those was the three quarterbacks that Mike Tomlin chose last year.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Mont, what up? Man, I need some of them Giant fans and some of them Brown fans to hop in here. Y'all about to pick right behind us at 2-3. D Ford. All right, all the other Steeler fans not named Sean. Did Mike Tomlin want Mitch Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, and Kenny Pickett as his 3 quarterbacks? Do you think there's a chance in hell that Andy Reid or Bill Belichick could be in a position that they got those 3 guys at QB? The draft call is something that a person has to do. Mike Vrabel make phone calls to people. Mike Vrabel called Malik Willis. Hey man, you're a Titan. Show up ready to work. I believe in you. Like you, the coach now. Like of course you have to build him up from the phone call on. Like you're the face of the franchise, bro. It's boy. This another one of them situations. Go in the bathroom, splash some water in your face, look in the mirror, and say, Mike Tomlin got more control over personnel than Bill Belichick and Andy Reid. Bat your eyes 3 times, pinch yourself to make sure you're still awake, and see if you looking at your own face in the mirror if you believe that. I'm being serious. Like, I always tell y'all to do that because sometimes when you get worked up making a point, you say stuff that don't even really sound believable. And then when you go in and look in the mirror and you say it, you're like, man, that does sound kind of crazy, right? That would be like in college, somebody telling you that like there's a coach that got more control over personnel and control over a program than Nick Saban. And then everybody kind of looking at you like Nick Saban is like a czar, a tyrant when it comes to personnel, the same way Belichick was, the same way Andy Reid is. Like, no. He doubling down on this, like, bro, but hey, listen, look, you, the other Steeler fans in the chat that live in the same city as you don't agree with you. They probably listen to 93.7 The Zone too, and they're saying, nah, Mike Tomlin ain't got more personnel control than Belichick and Andy Reid. I mean, 2 times every coach have to get on the phone and tell them how much they want him to be there and how much they believe in him. This man threw another pick. Ohio State, Notre Dame. I think Ohio State got a ship.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Yeah, I think Ohio State might. I don't see Notre Dame beating Ohio State. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't see Notre Dame beating Ohio State. I don't even live in Pittsburgh anymore, but I'm out in Vegas. I listen to sports. Pittsburgh said when they're saying the reporters come to the locker room. Then they don't know. Hey, all the Steeler fans, man, y'all don't know, man. Mike Tomlin got more control over personnel than every coach in NFL history, even the greatest coaches
Let me teach you how to
in the
vibe.
history of the sport. Bear down, Bob. you was looking like it, like they too much for him out there. Like I said, Discord open though, man. Anybody want to hop in and say these things? You know what I'm saying? Coach said, listen, I need some Browns. I need some Giants, some Jets, and some Raiders in the Discord. I need to hear what y'all team thinking about for for QBs in his draft and his free agency. Hey Sean, if you believe it long enough, it's true, bro. I don't want to argue. I don't want to debate with you no more, man. Mike Tomlin is got more control than any coach in the history of sports. Belichick, Andy Reid, Nick Saban, none of them guys don't even got control over who the punter is, man. So, hey, man, cheers. Monty said, "Booth over. Go off about what? Do you even know what we talking about, Monty? Because your boy hopped in here earlier and he didn't know what the conversation was. He thought we was talking about Madden. I was like, please get the fuck out. We're not talking about Madden, bro. We talk. I need some Browns. I need some Giants. I need some Jets, Raiders, who all drafting QBs or going after Bridges this offseason. I need y'all. I need to hear from y'all. Who is your team wanting? There's 5 teams in the top 10 that need a QB. Not a lot of QBs coming out. Not a lot of people open in free agency. It's a lot of teams that need to re-sign their guys. It's a lot of teams going to be looking for veteran Bridges. This could be the year of the second chances. The Hendon Hookers, the Joe Miltons, the what's Zach BYU Zach that played on the Jets. I can't think of his last name. Ohio State say Ryan Day's job. You got to give Ryan Day some credit, man. Like, people said he was coaching for his job and he did what he had to do.